6.1 Afroyim, Notes 1. 1.1 1857 Dred Scott versus Sandford. Citation 60 U.S. 393. Persons of African descent, ex-American slave, cannot be and never intended to be citizens defined in U.S. Constitution. Thus, plaintiff, Dred Scott, ex-American slave, suit is dismissed for lack of jurisdiction and standing. Note: this constitutional obstacle was rectified in post-American Civil War era with passage of the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment, which granted all ex-American slaves to be emancipated, aka freed, invested with American citizenship, and granted the right to vote. U.S. Constitution Property Clause, Article 4, Clause 2, only applies to lands possessed at the time of the 1787 constitutional ratification. Therefore, Congress cannot outlaw slavery in the territories, making the 1820 Missouri Compromise unconstitutional, which equate to equal electoral balance between free versus slave states' admission into the Union. Due Process Clause of the Fifth Amendment prohibits U.S. government from freeing slaves brought into federal territories, since these territories did not exist in 1787 formation of the Republic, thus not covered by the Constitution. Note that ex-American slaves successfully fleeing into Northern American free states, these free states command their own sovereignty rights within their realm, hence are not legally obliged to return slaves or human property back to their owners residing in Southern American states. Hence, in recursive reasoning of that era, since ex-American slaves are not considered citizens, they have no constitutional standing. Thus, legal status falls back to its de jure status as runaway slaves, as a form of chattel, that is, movable property or property other than real estate, lost or escaped from their rightful owners.